everyone, today's video is going to be a WTF or brands doing video where I go through and give you my unpopular opinions on new makeup releases. And it has been a while since I have done one of these videos, and I feel like it's just been kind of slow going on new makeup releases, which honestly I'm not mad about whatsoever because I dislike how frequently brands are coming out with palettes. Now this video is going to come about a week later than what I am actually filming this. Bella Beauté Bar, surprise surprise, is coming out with yet another new palette. It is going to be in collaboration with Freya. The one shade that they have teased, I'm not the biggest fan of. I feel like that palette is just not going to be up my alley just because of the color story and the theming that other Freya palettes are kind of based around. Like, they all have a similar type of theme and color story. I am currently editing this video. Me and Shiloh are sitting here, and Bella Beauté Bar did come out with the photo of the palette that they have in collaboration with Freya, and I will put that photo here on the screen for you. I personally am not a fan of the palette. When I first saw the palette, I thought it was in black and white. Like, the whole thing was they were gonna show us black and white to see, I don't know, black and white, like some brands do, and then they were gonna put the filter off and then show us the final palette. I was not impressed with the final palette, and I do not really like the color story. Overall, I do not really enjoy Freya's makeup style, and then a lot of the palettes that they have been in collaboration with for the past couple, like, year or so, I just have not really enjoyed color story. I have not really enjoyed overall themes. It's just not my makeup style, and obviously, like, my makeup style here is much different than Freya's. But overall, I do not enjoy the palette. I don't like the palette very much. I think it's very one-noted. If you enjoy the palette, good for you. I personally am not a big fan, but I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video where I like a lot of the other stuff a lot more. So let's just get on into it. I feel like there has been a lot of releases this kind of go around that really have piqued my interest. We'll just jump the gun into Simply Posh Cosmetics. They came out with a Lavender Fields palette. The packaging is beautiful in my opinion. Like, I really love the icy bluish purple sort of background that they have going on. Like, I really like the packaging of this. I also think the color story is very on theme. Like, you do have your like earthier sort of tones, a soft sage green, things of that nature, and then you go into purples and you have some pinks and stuff. I think it's a really good palette. I really would love this palette, but obviously, like, I don't need every single palette in the world, and I love Simply Posh. I do have 2 Simply Posh palettes already, but Simply Posh just does 40% off sales all the freaking time. So I love this palette, I do. I'm not spending however much money it is on it now. I will wait until it's 40 or 50% off to purchase it, and that's kind of just how Simply Posh is. Like, if you want one of their palettes, you're just best to wait it out. They do discontinue their palettes quite regularly. If you are eyeing a Simply Posh palette, then I would wait for a 40 or 50% off sale. But this palette looks beautiful. All the shimmers are up my alley. The light shades, the like mid to deep shades, they all look up my alley. And of course, I do more light colored eye looks. So the fact that this doesn't go too deep doesn't really bother me. And that kind of doesn't bother me with the other palettes I have of Simply Posh. Another one that I was really tempted with is Fantasy Cosmetica came out with a Cleric palette. And it's one of their 9-pan palettes, and I really love their 9-pan palettes. I think they do an amazing job, and this palette just looks so pretty. Every single look I have seen done with this palette, I have really enjoyed. They also came out with a fragrance. They have 2 nail polishes. The one nail polish is really up my alley. It's like this ethereal bluey green sort of vibe. It's a lighter shade, and I am really excited about that nail polish. I've never tried a Fancy Cosmetica nail polish. This palette though, I think it looks so pretty, and it is definitely different than all the other palettes, and I really like the color story. Do I need it though? No. I have seen a lot of people give a lot of dislike to the matte white shade and saying it's a throwaway shade. I think that not enough palettes come with a matte white. I think it's just a good universal color. We don't need to overdo it like a matte black. A matte white just brightens the eye. You can put it in the inner corner, you can put it on your brow bone, you know, you can use it to make certain shades lighter. I think a matte white is very universal, and as long as they don't do it in like multiple 9pan palettes, I think we'll be fine. But if they throw it in with this one, it just doesn't bother me. The outside packaging is beautiful. I just, this entire palette looks really pretty. But again, do I need it? I don't need it, but I would like it. And I really do love Fancy Cosmetica formula. I love Simply Posh's formula. Usually I'm quite negative in these videos, but this video is just going to be me really liking items, but then telling myself, and hopefully telling you too, that you don't need to be spending your money on makeup right now. It's summertime. Go out, go in the sun, play games, do things with your family, go travel a little bit. It doesn't have to be far. Like, just spend your money on things that will make you happy long term. Like this makeup palette, it's not gonna make me happy long term. It'll make me happy in the moment I purchase it, maybe in the first like 3 looks, and then like it'll go to the wayside. Like, I just already know that's kind of the mentality. This palette I'm not a fan of, or I don't personally enjoy it. It's the Woeful Whimsy palette from Unearthly. It is a collab with Andromeda. They've done a couple collabs. The outside packaging, I'm just not into that. I'm just not into the outside packaging, and also the inside. I just don't like it. There is pieces of it that I like. There are colors that I like, of course, but you have like a matte whitish gray. It can borderline just be a white. You have a brown, you have a black, you have a gray. I feel like those shades, like if you can complain about Fancy Cosmetica putting in a matte white in their palette, then we can complain about almost a matte white, a basic brown, a basic gray, and a matte black into this palette. Throwaway shades. I don't really like the layout of this, but I don't know, the way the whole palette is formatted, I don't really like the theming of it. Like, it's just nothing in this palette really piques my interest. And other than those basic shades that are just throwaway shades, like those are the only deepeners. I would have loved like a really deep purple, or like a really deep like royal blue, or something to kind of pair with these more pastel-y tones that isn't brown or black, because I feel like you're going to get a very similar look regardless. I'm not very impressed with it. A lot of people have liked this, a lot of people want it, and good for them, but it's just not for me. Gourman Girls came out with yet another palette, and it's still in this like spooky realm. And all their like spooky palettes, like I like the spooky theme. I do. I think it's really nice, and like they do it all year round. Like they bring the spooky in to spring, of course, is this launch, the Apparition palette. I will say it till the cows come home. I dislike Doodle by the Bunny doing literally the same thing she always does. This looks so childish to me, and I just do not like the outside packaging. And what kills me is that Gourman Girls did this whole remodel. They said they're going to bring elegance, they're going to bring this. This is still the childish things they used to do, and I was really excited for their like rebrand, and I have just been disappointed ever since. Like this palette, the theming, everything still gives old Gourman Girls, and it doesn't look like they have changed. It doesn't look like they remodeled. It was literally a logo change, and that in itself should have just been how it is. We're changing our logo, calling it a day. But when you're advertising it as this whole thing, then go along with the whole thing. Color story I think is fine, and they do have like, it looks like a really deep purple, a really deep blue. Like those are the types of colors I want with more of a pastel color, and we're getting into springtime, so the pastels are in full swing. This color story, the palette, especially the packaging really like sets it down for me. I'm just not a fan. Some of the shimmers are a little too dark for my personal preferences, so this is a palette I would not be picking up myself. Like, I can appreciate it for what it is, and I can appreciate the spooky spring vibe, but the packaging is such a strong no-go for me. The color story is just not my thing. So we do have a ColourPop launch. There isn't a whole lot to say in this video for me to go over in this video, so I feel like we had to go into the depths. And we got a ColourPop Disney Little Mermaid. I really like the movie Little Mermaid. I'm not much of a Disney fan though. I'm not a Disney adult by any means. The palette though is extremely boring. I feel like ColourPop now, when I started, it seemed like a very innovative, like really good, affordable, like indie brand. And now it is so mainstream. It's in Target, it's in Ulta. Like, you can buy it in stores. I feel like they're marketing solely on like real life people, like your average everyday Joe. Like, they're not targeting me, who does like primarily colorful looks. When I want Little Mermaid, I want a bright red matte eyeshadow. They don't even have a purple in here for her like bra thing. I really like that blue corner. Like, I think that one was really done well. But if we're doing Little Mermaid, I want bright colors. And I just think this was really downplayed because they are targeting the general public and not makeup enthusiasts. I really love the Flounder hair clip. They have a shell compact mirror. Like, ColourPop does do really well with the extra accessories. I'll give them that. They do have 2 multi-chrome highlighters. I'm telling you right now, they look beautiful, but if I tell myself like I don't need the multi-chrome highlighters from Wet n Wild, I don't need those either. Lippy kits, 2 shades. Lord knows I don't need a lippy kit. I have too many lip products as is, especially for someone that doesn't really enjoy lip products. I think this idea was a good idea. I like all the other pieces of this like collaboration. It's just the palette is extremely underwhelming. We do have yet another, this is my only other like mainstream release here. So I am still patiently waiting for Too Faced to come out with their Sweet Peach line. Do I really want them to now? Probably not, because now I don't have my Ulta gift cards anymore. Those were gone in April. You will see all of the stuff I got in April in my April low buy in the beginning of May. But I remember that Too Faced was like top of the tier, like them and Urban Decay were like top of the tier, Ulta, mainstream, like high-end brands. Like, those were the 2 big names. When I was a small child and I really wanted to try all the things that all the YouTubers were trying, like I really wanted all this expensive makeup and I just couldn't buy it. Sun Bunny bronzer was always something that I have wanted my entire life for. I really want the Sun Bunny bronzer. What I really like though is that they're coming out with more of a line in the Sun Bunny range. And what I like about these is they kind of have a bronzy blush highlighter combo. In the summertime, my go-to thing is a blush bronzer highlighter combo where I can just throw it on my cheeks and I don't have to worry about it. This product seems up my alley and it makes me so upset. I did swatch these in store, but I told myself, I'm like, I have plenty of blushes. I have gotten even more blushes. I have so many bronzers. I need to use my highlighter. So do I need an all-in-one cheek product? No. So I did not let myself buy it. But the Strawberry Bunny shade looks really pretty. It's just, I feel like before it was more of a bronzer and now it's more of a blonzer sort of thing. So I think they are changing the product, you know, just to be up with the times. But I remember it just being more of a bronzer with a sheen before. Correct me if I'm wrong if you've had it. They also did a packaging, I don't want to say upgrade, but they changed the packaging. I personally don't like the packaging. I feel like this clear plastic is just going to break. Like, it's just giving me like Essence vibes. I don't like the outside packaging. I love the embossment. I like the dual tone. I like the overall finish, like on the models. We have a Glaminatrix palette. We all knew last year they did Tones of Turd. I have almost purchased that palette. This year, we're doing yet another potty themed. And then this year they came out with Silent but Deadly. And I want this palette and the Tones of Turd palette so bad. I have never tried Glaminatrix, and these two are ones that I would have liked to have. I just really like the theming, and I think they're really playing into it, and I think they're doing really well. Tones of Turd, the color story made sense. Like, this doesn't make sense in terms of Silent but Deadly sort of theming, but I really do like this palette, and I like how they have the shades. It's just, it's so much money. Like, I did put two of them in my cart, both of them in my cart. And like, I almost purchased it and I didn't. And I just keep reminding myself, because it was over $100. I'm like, $100 is a lot of money. I mean, in today's world, probably not. But in my head, $100 is still a lot of money. And for someone who already has so many eyeshadow palettes, like, I know April is going to be really heavy in palettes. April is really heavy in just new makeup coming into my collection. You will see that in a later video. I just cannot process spending $100 on two palettes that I feel like I'm going to like short term, not necessarily long term. And I have to just keep reminding myself, like, I really don't need to be buying stuff just because I like the theme, you know, just because I like the idea of it. And I need to get out of the mindset of, I never tried Glaminatrix, so I want to try them. Because there are so many brands that I have gotten, like, from friend mail that I have tried and didn't like it, or I just thought it was okay, or in my brain I'm like, this feels like the same formula as this other brand that I already have and I already love. Like, I don't need to try every single branded eyeshadow formula. I don't need to. But this palette I think is really cute. I really like it, but I don't need it. And you probably don't need it either. Let's be honest here. Ever since Lethal did their rebrand, I just feel like they're trying too hard, and I don't know. I have a Lethal, like, build your own palette, and I have had a different Lethal build your own palette. Like, the formula is just okay. I just have not been, like, over the moon on their formula or their color stories. Their theming is really nice, and I do like their theming, but overall, like, I really don't need any of it. So they came out with their Black Spring collection, and they have an eyeshadow palette, they have eyeshadow primers, which I guess I could get down with. They have a white, black, and I think a clear. They have liquid blushes. They're all in springy sort of shades. I really think it's nice that they're coming out with different products other than eyeshadow. But the palette, I think it is like a combination of a bunch of palettes I already have in my collection. It's just not pulling to me. It's not very inspiring to me. Like, I can appreciate it for what it is. Like, I like the outside packaging, and it's pretty, I guess, but I don't need it. Like, everything in this video, I don't need it. And then the last thing we're going to talk about in today's video is all the stuff coming out from Blend Bunny. And they're going more into the, like, MUA pro makeup line sort of realm. So they have their masterclass. These are pencils for lips, eyes, and face. And I think it is really neat that they're coming out with all this type of stuff, because they're just growing and expanding. And I really like how they're coming out with stuff that isn't just eyeshadow. And the colors of these lip liners and stuff, I think they are really, really pretty. And I like in their little promo photos where they show certain shades on the eyes and certain shades on the lips and how they kind of look. I think it is really awesome that they do that. And I think this is a really good release of them. I like the tones. They're very universal. And I feel like these shades are everyone's sort of cup of tea, and they go a range of shades for light and dark skin tones. They also came out with a, what are they called, structure palettes. So they're like bronzer and I think like one highlighter, or is it like a bronzer topper? So they have a fair light, a medium tan, and a deep dark. What's crazy though is on the deep dark shade, I feel like the colors are not deep enough for the model that they're using, which I think is a little odd. But the fair light one I think looks really, really cool. But at the end of the day, I don't need a bronzer palette. I have bronzers in face palettes. I have a contour powder, I rarely use it. And I have so much in my collection, it'll take me so long to go through, I really don't need it. So I really like the idea that they're expanding on this. If you're a makeup artist, if you do makeup on other people, like these look really amazing. And just knowing Blend Bunny's matte eyeshadow formula, I am sure their face powders are going to be soft, blendable, very easy to use. I personally have never tried any of them. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I felt like we didn't have a lot to go over, and I'm sure the second I, edit this video, something new is going to come out that I'm like, oh, I should have waited. But that mentality is like, I'll just wait, is the reason why it's been over a month since I filmed this last video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you enjoy the Sassy K content, I wasn't very sassy in this video, but sometimes it gets sassy. And I do have a playlist of all of my new makeup releases videos. Remember, you don't need to be buying all the new products. You don't have to be like the influencers here on the platform. And you can love and appreciate the collection that you have. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy makeup related content or eyeshadow related content or project panning, using what you have, mindful consumerism. That is what we do over here, and I hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below, have you bought anything recently? What are your thoughts and feelings on the new makeup releases we went over today? I love and appreciate you all, and I shall see you guys next time.